and thank you. We won't keep you all here right now tonight's evening. On behalf of the O'Driscolls, people of Baltimore, thank you all for having us this weekend. We'll try not to leave the town in a shambles, I promise. I just want to say to everyone, the weather's been good. We brought it from Canada. We hope you like it. We'll try not to take it back with us. I want to thank the Baltimore 2000 Committee, the organizing committee, and Marion for her work. And I want to recognize the Mayor of Skibbereen here to my left. I think his chain's a little bigger than mine. I'll look into that. And I want to take a moment to introduce our guest speaker this evening here, and the man who will open the gathering this year. Driscoll is a journalist and a producer of programs with RTE, the Irish National Television Station. His O'Driscoll roots are in West Cork on the Skull Peninsula. He and the other members of his family are well known in Irish language and cultural circles. So, Facta.
Okay, I prefer to hold the microphone. It's the old RT experience. They decided to ask a celebrity to open this year's clan gathering, but unfortunately Brian was otherwise engaged, so I'm afraid you'll have to put up with me. I was told I should say a little bit about myself. The last time I did a bit of public speaking was at my wedding the day before St. Patrick's Day, so hopefully I won't be as nervous tonight. My father, Joseph O'Driscoll, was born about 20 miles from here in a place called Dunbeacon on a typical small Irish farm. And when he was a young fella, one day he was at the fair in Schull, which is another village along the coast here, which has a connection with Cape Clear Island. And he heard some of the men from Cape Clear speaking Irish. And it was the first time he'd ever heard people speaking Irish as a native language, and it made a huge impression on him. And the other thing was that his family weren't able to afford, like most Irish families at that time, to send him to secondary school, or none of his siblings went to secondary school. But my father was fortunate enough that he was bright and intelligent enough to get a scholarship to go to a special type of secondary school called the Preparatory College for people who are going to go on to become primary school teachers. And these preparatory colleges were run totally through Irish, 24 hours a day. So my father was totally immersed in the Irish language from the age of 14. And he went on to teacher training college. He went on to go where the jobs were in Dublin. And he got a job, and he became involved in organising Irish language, social outings. And through that he met my mother. My mother came from a very similar background, small farm in West Cork, the only one in her family to go to secondary school because she got the scholarship to the Preparatory College, went to Dublin, got a job, met my father, they fell in love, they decided to get married and have children, hopefully in that order, and they decided that they would raise their family through Irish. And my eldest brother Seamus, who now lives out in Cape Clear back in his roots, when he was born, my mother started keeping a diary, and when he was born, my mother wrote several pages about this wonderful event of Seamus being born. And then the next brother came along, and she wrote maybe a page in the diary about how wonderful it was that he was born. And then another one came along, and she wrote a few, half a page, and then another one, a few lines, and then finally I was born, and she wrote, Faulkner was born, thank God, full stop. And even that, thank God, I think it was more out of relief than gratitude. But they raised us through Irish, which wasn't an easy thing to do, because there were, even as when I was growing up in the 70s and 80s, there were a lot of people in this country, in spite of the official rhetoric, who were, who saw us speaking Irish as a backward thing, and who sniggered at us, and who made fun of us. So it wasn't an easy thing to do, and I'm very grateful to my parents for doing that. And coming from that background, I have a lot of respect for people who do things for our heritage. For example, in my work as a TV journalist a few years ago, I came down to this beautiful area to make a programme about the beautiful wooden sailing boats of West Cork, and a group of people who were working to preserve these and bring them back and rescue them from oblivion. They weren't waiting for the state to do it. They were doing it themselves out of love and out of a desire to hand it on to a future generation. And that's what this weekend is about. It's about our heritage. It's about keeping it alive. It's about people who are doing it not for any profit to themselves, but who are doing it to keep it alive and to hand on to a future generation. So I want to thank you all for coming here to support that, because by being here, you're supporting those people who are trying to keep our history and to keep our heritage alive. And the other thing is, in this difficult time for our country, in this very challenging economic times, a lot of you have travelled here from America, from Canada, from Australia, and we're grateful to you for coming here and spending your few dollars or your few pounds and helping us in this difficult time. So finally, I just want to tell you all that I hope you have a great weekend. You deserve to have a great weekend. And I'm going to officially do the official bit of Gaeilge, if that's okay, in Irish. I'd like to bhailam ogurt gwil an chinol sean tachla céile seo the clowny Driscoll don bhíon 2009 oscailte go hefagúil. Gur míle maith agaibh. Thank you very much.